30-day challenge of going live and doing 150 squats for 30 days. I'm checking out my own breath. It's cold out here, guys. Let's check the temperature. It's freezing cold. I am cold. The garage says it's 33. Garage says, or the ground is 34. But you know, it's cold in here for sure. 37, the snake. Here we go. Get your sucker-free deck at suckerfreestore.com. Get them before you can't. Card holder and set of playing cards. First card on deck is a jack. I'm going to do 25. Here we go, guys. Thank you for tapping in. Adventures in AU, thank you for tapping in, brother. I hope you're having a good day. Here we go, 25 for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Happy Thursday. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I should be bundled up because it is cold out here. It is freezing. But I figured I'm going to do these squats. We're going to get them done. We're going to warm up doing some squats. Let's see. Pete says, I'm sitting in my truck with the air conditioning on, having lunch. Well, I hope you enjoy your lunch, Mr. Pete. We have a joker on deck. One of these lives, I'd like to go do some pull-ups, and we'll make the 2 joker cards 50, and we'll make the certification card 100. We'll shuffle the deck a bunch, and we'll do, I don't know, maybe 10 cards. But if 3 of those random cards are a joker, which would equal 50, or a certification of authority or authenticity, which is in here, we'll do 100. So in one live stream, in theory, we can do over 200 pull-ups or chin-ups, but I'd like to do that in the near future when it's this cold outside. Feel like Rocky, you know. But again, I hope you're having a great lunch. Hope you have a nice day at work. My work was a little crazy today. A lot of moving stuff. Get this pallet jack, move all this stuff over here. Go do this. I should have seen my app on my phone and checked to see how many steps I took today. But all of the engineers and one of our electricians had to go do this group training, we'll say. So yeah, then I had to go back to work and do my harassment training video, which I got paid for. Still sitting in one spot for an hour, it's for me it's non-productive and I will sleep. So it's just out of necessity, out of habit. When I'm not busy, I'm sleeping. So or I'll sleep for 5 minutes and then for that night I won't be able to sleep. So I do not sit at work, and if I do, I'll pass out. Literally, I'll be sitting next to the general manager or maybe their boss's boss. I can't help it. I told them when they hired me, this is one of my conditions. If I sit and I'm not engaged, I'm not moving stuff around, which if I'm not talking, I'm sitting there nice, quiet, learning until I fall asleep. Then I wake myself up because I have a dream. I'm like, wait, you're not supposed to be having a dream at work. You're at work, man. Wake up. Here we go. 25 squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Happy Thursday. 21, 22. Happy Friday to you, Mr. Pete. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. We had a long day. I'm sure lots of people have long days. Miss Sarah, we're throwing together some pasta. So that's what we're going to have for dinner. But we did get a new car. I'm waiting for Miss Sarah to do the unreveal or the reveal, I guess. So we have a 4 on deck. We can do 4, we can do 10, we can do 20, we can do 2. I'm doing 25. But it's an early birthday gift for her. I was hoping my car wasn't in. I think it goes in limp mode, where it won't go past maybe 15 miles an hour, 20 tops. Not that not that everything's revving and my RPMs aren't up to 6,000 or even 3,000, but the car just wouldn't move. So fingers crossed. We will take some time tomorrow at some point, plug in a code reader, figure out what the problem is, and try to daisy chain it back to, okay, is this code could play in a role in the transmission or engine functions? Oh, maybe. Oh, no, this is your window, some code about your power windows or something. I don't know. I'm just using that as an example. So we had a 4 on deck. 25 I owe you guys. Thank you for tapping in. We appreciate you. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hey, Jace. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Just like that, we're past our halfway point, I believe. Let's check. Take a quick breather. That's 4 cards. 4 cards for Rover. Go check him out. iHeartRadio, Rover's Morning Glory. If you're up at 6 o'clock and you want some laughs, he is funny. The whole show is funny. Miss you, Dieter. Hashtag where's Dieter? But no, we all know, if you watch the show, you understand. But I'm 50 more squats, guys. So, Sheiky baby, hey, thank you for tapping in, brother. I like your kind of, I call them like raised knee presses, or like mountain climbers, and you do it like you're holding yourself up and you're kicking your leg around up against the wall, but you're not doing like a handstand push-up. It's more like you're doing kind of like mountain climbers, the music. I thought that was pretty cool. So thank you for tapping in, teaching the other guy, hey, this is achievable. You can work out in the cold. Be like Rocky. Be like trying to think of the one guy's name. The one man machine, or I subscribe to him on YouTube. He's a Russian guy. Everybody's telling him to go get a job, and he's like doing a lot of stuff that Justin might do, where he's doing these weighted dead man hangs, or Mark does them from Gravity Core Fitness. But I tried to I took a couple screenshots. I'm like, what are all these people saying in Russian? It's like, get a job. Are you on your way to go get a job when you're doing those push-ups or those pull-ups with 100 kilos strapped onto yourself? Yeah, I think people I don't know. I tell them in Russian. I get the Google Translator. And I'm like, YouTube is a job in theory. If he gets donations, I don't know how it works in Russia, but if he's monetized, he should get, some sort of money for his hard work he's putting in. So I owe you guys 25 or 50. We'll do 50 for everybody tapping in, all the moderators, all the new people. We'll squeeze out 50. So we got the retro Adventures in AU logo. I have the keychain in my pocket, but again, I was at work, so I carry lots of stuff in my pocket. You never know. You could use my daughter got me this right here, a Leatherman. So that was a company that made this back in the day, and it was branded the Leatherman. So this multi-tool back in the day used to be called the Leatherman. I think I'm pronouncing it right. But it's just a multi-tool. On one of my cars, I would the hood release plastic piece broke, and basically the cable's just like you have on a bicycle, has like a little lead stopper, so I'd have to go in there with this and pop the hood. When you have little kids and you're trying to save money, you do what you can. So we had a 10 on deck and a joker. So that is definitely going to equal 50 squats. I'm going to squat it out. When I start laughing, it's probably because my knees are or my legs are burning right above my knees. I'm going to switch it up on this side. It's a little wet down there. I don't want to fall. It'd be funny though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 down, 40 to go. 12, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Happy Thursday. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58. 58 was how old my mom made it, so her memory, I did an extra 8. She'd be out here. Go, little Shane. You got this, brother. So, thank you. Oh, the monk. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you tapping in. Woo. Those squats are no joke. Burpees are no joke. Nunchucks and bow work, and I'm sure it translates to awesome sword work. It's pretty cool. I like it. At one time, I may have had some nunchucks till they were taken away from me. Like, you can't have nunchucks. But here, you can have a boot knife. Here, have a boot knife. It was just basically a little dagger. Put it in your hand if you want it. Pop out here. And it was like right here. Couldn't have the nunchucks though. Those are too dangerous. But here, have a boot knife. I had to finish this. Let's see, I opened this 3.5, 4 hours. No. When I was supposed to go live earlier, I had to go into work and do some more training. And I opened this there. So, and it was super flat, but it's okay. I paid for it. Still tastes exactly like fireworks. 0 sugar pop. Fago, go get yours. Whoop whoop, ICP Juggalo. So thank you for tapping in, guys. So cold out here. The joys of being in the cold garage, your nose runs. We're gonna have a polar plunge, another one. It's supposed to drop down. Uh, real cold. I don't even know how cold. Sarah knows. She's telling me. I would know if I watched Fox 8 in Cleveland and check out the New Day Cleveland show. They gave me a hoodie. So I rock all the hoodies people gift me. We got a Rock the Rover show hoodie. You know, on his show, I'm known as something else Shane. But yeah, he did mention me in October of last year. Sarah was on the show. Well, our picture with Cannabis Kid. So it was Cannabis Kid, Little Shane, and Miss Sarah made it our 15 seconds of fame. Although those guys are all nice on the Rover show. Sometimes they might seem like they pick on Jeffrey or douchey or whatnot. But behind the scenes, they all care about each other. Um, and if anybody's watching with the Dieter thing, people grieve in different ways. So if for some strange reason I go in there and somebody did one of these and Miss Sarah's not there, I would grieve different than if Dieter's wife, she passed away. So yeah, and that I'm sure that had a big role in everything on his exit of the show. But he doesn't live too far. We all don't live too far from each other. I want to say I live within 10 miles from where Rover lives, and I'm probably within the same 10, 15 miles from where Dieter lives, and I'm within 30 miles from where Jesse lives. So, I always see famous people. I'm pretty sure I saw Jesse a couple times, at least once, up at my place of employment, and I didn't realize it was him because he had his head tattoo and his head shaved. I seen it and I'm like, Bam Bam Bigelow, because a wrestler used to have flames tatted coming down his head, and I always thought that was really cool. So when I seen that right away, like it warmed my heart. I'm like, Bam Bam Bigelow, it's Jesse, come give me a hug, brother. So yeah, we're gonna end the live. I'm sure Miss Sarah's um has dinner ready in there. Although we're just going cheap and having some pasta or macaroni or something. But oh, definitely, please send some sun to Ohio from Australia. Again, if I didn't tell you before, or Miss Allie Bird, my brother-in-law's brother. So he's family, right? Because I get to see him, and I give him one of those big bro hugs. Like, what's up, bro? And let's squeeze kind of hard. And he's like, "Oh, Shane, what's up?" But he was over in Australia in high school. They did. He was part of an exchange program where somebody came from Australia into Ohio, and he was so gracious to go over to Australia for maybe 6 months or however long he went over there. And he's also a vet. Him and my brother-in-law were both in the army. I have a couple brother-in-laws that were in the army. Oh, Cannabis Kid, if you're watching, my one brother-in-law, ex-brother-in-law, but he's still, family guy, I guess. But my sister divorced him, used to work at your grandpa's gas station. So I found that out driving the other day on Tuesday, and I keep forgetting to tell you. So my one brother-in-law, I say, oh, whatever, the father of three of my sister's kids worked at your grandpa's gas station that he used to own. I thought that was the coolest thing, man. I keep forgetting to tell you. So and this was the late, around in the 80s maybe. So in the early 80s, my sisters, I have a few sisters that are a little older than me, and they're all taller than me. I'm a runt, but that's okay. You know, there's gains, little guys can still, put in the work and get defined, and, we matter, you know, we're allies to whatever, we want to help. We might not be as big as Sam Silk, or I'm sure I said his name wrong, or Arnold Schwarzenegger, but it doesn't mean we can't have those dreams and those desires, and even in our own mind, we can be like, yes, I'm Arnold big in my own size, my own little 5'9" or 5'8" frame or whatever. So again, I was at work, so I carry tools on me all the time. Measuring tape. So not that it matters, but we could measure ourselves whenever. So like we're on the wait. Let's see, it's shrinking up right there. So it's on the ground. That's about right, I think. I can't tell how it goes. So where my pinky is, maybe 67 inches or 170 centimeter. No, I don't know, but yeah, centimeters. So that's how tall I am. Anybody wondering? I'm a little guy. I don't claim to be anything I'm not. I try not to be. I'm always a good dad. That's one thing I know for sure. I'll work 80 jobs if I have to and never see my children just to make sure that they had an awesome whatever they wanted, whatever goal they were like, hey, Dad, I really want this or whatever, we are the ghosts of our children's future. So that being said, we want to have good memories, because if we're ghosts, we got to be the good ghosts. I want to be Casper, or Goku with the little circle, or the little circle around his head. So Miss Hallie Bird. Oh no, I'm sorry, that was Monk. And Adventures. Slap, slap, slap. Adventures in a U. I'm excited, but yeah, dinner time. I'm hungry. Um, I don't even think I ate my lunch peanut butter and jelly today, guys. I got called in every different direction. I don't even think I ate that today. That's a bummer, because I'm not going to see it for 2 days. I don't know. We'll have to. I'm gonna have to go back up to work and get it. Hey, this is what it is. I'm not letting that peanut butter and jelly go to waste. But yeah, just so you know, I've eaten 3-day-old peanut butter and jelly that's been in the fridge. No bad anything, no heartburn. Just the same. Might taste a little different. Structural, the uh, the consistency of normal bread, because it's been in your fridge for so long with peanut butter and jelly on it. But it didn't hurt me, So uh, yeah, just a heads up on a peanut butter and jelly hack, I guess. Cannabis Kid and I would go to these 3-day events, 4-day events, and we'd be camping, just pop up, 3-pole tent when we first started, or we upgraded to Coleman Insta tent, where basically all you had to do is just like kind of like boop, it just popped open, and you could have like 4 queen size beds in it. It was pretty cool. We would take just a loaf of bread, some peanut butter and jelly. He would get his loaf, I would get my loaf, and we could save our money for things like a hoodie at the concession stand, or maybe you want to try a food truck or something. if you're allowed to bring in food to wherever you're going. I'm not condoning sneaking food in, but everybody does it at the movies, right? It's okay. So yes, peanut butter. We do. Oh wait, I do. Here, let me show you something, guys. Um, hopefully she didn't move it. I don't know if she's. I'm gonna give me. We'll do a 5 second countdown. 5, 4. I'm coming. I'm coming. Here I am. Check out this. So we got tons of peanut butter. I was getting low. I was maybe like on one sandwich left of peanut butter. And I was like, hey, Dad, you think if, you're out at the big box store, membership store, whatever, you could just swing by and just drop these off for me? I just was thinking one or two. He's like, I'll just get you the whole thing, man. Here you go. Bing. So, yeah, we love our peanut butter. I probably go through, so each one of these is 1.36 kg or 3 pounds of peanut butter. I prefer this Jif, but the natural Jif is just fine, sugar free. I noticed a little change or the 50% sugar. And again, I'm very OCD about taking this ring off. It'll take me 2 minutes just to make sure I peel this whole ring off perfect. Because when I make my sandwiches, peanut butter will get stuck on there and it'll get on my hand. And yeah. And then, like, you don't know you have peanut butter on your hand, maybe, and you're like, what the heck? You go out to work and somebody's like, you got a little tanning? What is that there? And you're like, oh man, that's what? I got peanut butter all over. What? But it's all for fun and games, right, guys? We joke, we kid. I appreciate everybody. Thank you for tapping in. Let's see. Does Miss Sarah wanna? Oh, I don't even think she's in there. I don't even know if the food's done yet. Here. I would walk in there, but I don't know. I've a guest over, so yeah, I don't know if they want to be on a live stream. So, and they haven't tapped in on the screen yet, so yeah, I'm not trying to um, uh, unreveal somebody's privacy or something. I don't know. It's still new to me. I told that person I was doing a live, so if they wanted to come out, they could have, but unfortunately, they didn't. But that's okay. It's okay. We appreciate you. Yes. So again, I unless it's a gift to me, I don't usually drink protein shakes. I know I did a short of what I ate in a day. I bought KK a bunch of those. It's low sugar. It's kind of like an Atkins meal replacement or whatever. I want my baby girl to be eating or drinking something, right? So I bought a bunch of them for her, and those things in a 4 pack at like the pharmacy, like CVS or some shop drug or something like that. Uh, they were like $13 or more for 4 of them. I found them at the Dollar Tree, and they might be. It was fine with me. I didn't. I drank one and I put it up on YouTube, and it tasted pretty good. But basically, I bought that just so I can give it to KK. Be like, I bought myself a few or one. Here's the rest. There's 9 left. You know, so I gave you 8 of them. But that's what we do. We want as much as we can. Sometimes you can, and uh, my 2 older sisters and my older brother, yeah, by the time I was in 5th grade, they were nowhere around because they were older. So, and they had kids, so I wasn't around to, they're in Germany, or wherever, Texas, I think my one brother-in-law was, all in the service, where they move you, you go to different housing areas for your job duties, I guess, but or they gave you money for uh, and to use towards rent or something. But a lot of people would stay on uh, barrack or in their barracks or stay on military-owned property. I don't know. Again, I it's all new to me. My brother told me uh, when Sarah was pregnant, I was thinking, oh yeah, I want to be like my dad and my brother. I want to go into the Marines, you know, to do whatever, just to say, hey, my dad did it, my brother did it, I did it. My brother sat me down. Pretty sure he was some sort of like a master sergeant, or but he was definitely a sergeant of whatever, and people reported to him, and he could, if somebody got in trouble, he was the person to tell them, or like, I don't know exactly. It's been many years since he told that story, but regardless, he's like, military life. If the wife isn't 200% gung ho, if it wasn't already almost her idea, it's not going to be conducive to a family, because you're signing this contract saying you're going to do X, Y, and Z for whatever military service you're in, and these are your qualifications. This is your pay, and for 4 years, this is how it has to be. Doesn't matter if it's conducive to your wife or your family. You already signed this contract that we're the United States is depending on you. Do whatever. Uh, I had friends that for a long time, for 4 years, and he enjoyed doing it, I guess. That's all his job was to burn poop. That's all he did. My buddy Eric, he's in the Navy, and that's all he did was burn poop, I guess. And he's like, it pays the bills and, whatever. He ended up retiring from the Navy, and I believe he signed up to the Air Force, and he was able to transfer his years in or something, and he gets paid more because he was served already. So like he had a plan, but that was my plan in the beginning. I thought it would be cool. You know, Dad served her in Vietnam. Your brother served her in the Persian Gulf War. But I don't think they call it anymore. Back in the day, they called it the Persian Gulf. Oh, we're going to the Persian Gulf War, and then they changed it to like something else. But it was during the early '90s that he was over. He went over there, and I do have a picture of him holding a gun. It's like super big. It's like this big, and he's just, he's cleaning it. And I have two pictures, one of where he's holding a gun, and then another where he's pointing the gun at the camera. Well, the where he's pointing the gun at the camera, in the back, you can see some guy sitting against, a wall or reading something, and the look on his face, that look is like, oh man, maybe you're right, brother, he might be missing his family, missing his wife, whatever the case may be, if he, opened my eyes to say, hey, Shane, you want to be a good dad? This is a way that, you know, it might not go as well as you like for the contract that you sign, the 4 years, the 8 years, whatever. But I do appreciate everybody that served. I know a lot of countries make you serve in guys or girls per se. Just you're 18 or whatever age, you got to serve in the army or the military, some sort of service. So we appreciate you. We appreciate I appreciate my sticker greatly. Um, I don't want to ruin anything yet, but it puts a smile on my face thinking about you guys and what we got in the works. But I can say the date has been set, and it's within the next 3 weeks. Um, 3 weeks and 4 days, 3 weeks and 3 days, we'll say. We'll keep the threes going. 1, 2, 3, right? But regardless, um, we will be learning how to use and program a 3D printer. How awesome is that? Something I don't know nothing about. I know about putting a logo like this on a t-shirt, or putting a logo like this on some coffee cups, or making some magnets, or oh, Cannabis Kid gave me one of these. He's like, dude, you got to show this on your live. It's a sticker and it's a magnet, and we can make these too. So of course it's a weed maps thing. So, and Afro Man's from Cincinnati, cause I get high. That's in Ohio. So I guess he shout out Afro Man said something about weed maps, and Cannabis Kid heard about it, and somehow gave me he got a bunch of these magnets, and he's like, dude, you gotta show these on your live. So thank you, Cannabis Kid, for giving me this. It's pretty cool. It sits up on my refrigerator here. So we've been on live for 35 minutes. What? It's not even seen that. I should be working out, and I'm not. I'm talking. I'm working out my jaw, I guess. That's what my dad would say. Be like, let me see your muscle. And I'd be like, okay, Dad. Oh, yeah, go. And then he'd come over and be like, ooh, that is a big muscle. I'd be like, Dad. Dad jokes, right? So we'll pose in the Rover hoodie for Rover. Not that he'd ever watch, or Skinny. Skinny could be this big if he's watching. All you got to do is eat and work out. That's it. It's that simple. You just have to eat protein and just put in the work. Be like, yeah, look pretty big in the Rover hoodie. Should be like, you should invite me on the show. I could be a wrestler, Angel Lust or Angel Dust. I would want to be Angel Dust, because compared to like Dieter or most of the guys, I even think Shane's about 6 foot. I would be a little tiny guy, but I look kind of big, right, guys? I'm not under. I'm 67 inches, probably more, I guess. But we appreciate you. Push-ups and sit-ups, guys. That's all it takes. I want to go to the gym and be like that Tony guy, or that some guy that's super tall and real lean and super strong. He's like, here, hold my mop. And it's like 300-pound mop, or, 200-kilo mop or whatever. And like these big old guys are like crunching like 300-400 pounds, or curling 300 or 400 pounds. And you're like, oh, here, let me mop this. Oh, here, hold my mop. And the guy's like, oh my gosh, what is that? It's like, you're mopping with this? And he just comes in there and he's just like, 1, 2, 3. He's like, yeah, this is how you guys do it, or whatever. Curls like this. He'll do squats. But I want to be that sleeper guy. That would be so cool. Sneak in there, pull this down, nobody knows, or wear a really tight white shirt. For whatever reason, like, if you check out most of Alan, whatever his name is, I mean, no disrespect, I just don't want to mispronounce it. Um, He wears a lot of white in his videos. You know, white makes you look thin or slender. Black makes you look big and buff. That's why you tan so you can see the definition, the shadows in the muscle. Where if I tanned, I would look so much bigger right now if I just went and tanned for a couple weeks. But with all skin cancer in my family, my grandma had skin cancer, breast cancer, lung cancer, colon cancer, and she had psoriasis so bad she had to take this Fowler's solution where it was literally watered down arsenic. So she'd have to take this little drop, you know, because the radiation wasn't working. They were just blasting her with all this radiation. Basically, she had like these like scaly like things that were like real it kind of looked like she had pimples, but they were like scaly pimples like everywhere and they hurt and yeah, but after she took that Fowler's solution, it worked because she no longer really had to do the radiation. And in my opinion, because she had arsenic in her body, the cancer, she lived a lot longer than all of her other siblings, including my mom who had lung cancer. My, you know, my grandma was in her probably late 80s, I want to say closer to her late 80s. Then, you know, my mom 59 and her son, which is older than my mom, was in his 40s when he passed from cancer. So, you know, in the aspects of cancer runs in your family, the arsenic could have played a role in the ceasing the cancer growth. But my grandma got it everywhere, man. She had, like I said, 4 different cancers, and she lived until she was 80 some, smoking with oxygen. Grandma, you can't do that. I don't care. I'm dying. Grandma, but you're gonna blow up the house. We're here. I'm like, Grandma, come on, you know, you can smoke with Sarah if you want, but you know, please take your you do it away from the oxygen. You know, the oxygen. I don't want to blow up. You know, but and that's one thing I never did. I never smoked cigarettes or you know whatnot. I tried it. So, quick story. The movie Stand By Me was a really big hit when I was little, so little that I don't even think my sister was born yet, and she's 2 years younger than me. So that makes me 2 years old. My brother, who's a year older than me, 3. We watched Stand By Me, or maybe 3 and 4, but regardless, we're little kids. What did you see in that movie? Those little kids smoking cigarettes. So what did my brother say? Oh, these little kids are smoking. We got to be cool. We got to try the smoking thing. We see it in the movie Stand By Me, right? Well, my brother's like, oh, grandma forgot her cigarettes. I mean, I took them. We got a lighter. We got Benson and Hedges menthol, which are like the strongest one of the strongest menthol cigarettes back in the day, the most expensive cigarette, but for sure. But one little puff of that and 2 year old, 3 year old lungs of mine, snot came out my nose like you see in a comedy or whatnot. No, that literally happens, man. Wow, you see it on Tosh Point oh or Ridiculousness. First little puff, and I was coughing my eyes out. 2 years later, 2 years later. So yeah, it had to be 5. So I'm 5 years old. We moved to another house, and all the little boys and girls, they're all middle schoolers and high schoolers. Well, one of them's like, and it's summertime. It's like, hey man, you want to try this? Like, what is that? He's like, no, you want to try it, man? It's a joint. I'm 5 years old. 5 years old. Like, no, man. It's like, I tried smoking. I didn't like it. He's like, no, man, you're going to like this. And I was like, no, man, I didn't like shooting boogers out my nose where it's all over my face and stuff. No, thank you. But true story that little Shane was offered marijuana from somebody that was in middle school going to high school. So they were in eighth grade going to ninth grade. I wasn't even in second grade yet, basically. And I knew, like, from my brother's experience, hey, try this cigarette. Everybody's doing it. I don't like it. The smoking thing's not for me. But I um I did a vaping survey. I did a vaping survey last year. Um, they gave me all this free product. They also gave me all these pods. Each pod I looked up was at least $20 a pod, or a disposable device, I guess. Still new to all this terminology stuff. Like I said, it's a survey, know nothing about it, but it paid $550 for like a 3 month survey, and every month you got XYZ. So, the first month you might have got $50 or $100, and the next month you got $100, and then the third month you got the rest, all in cash. It was all legit. Everything's documented on the computer, whatnot. You have to give them your name, your ID, and if certain things are met, they'll tell you in the survey, hey, the survey pays XYZ. If you're going into a building, to take a survey, I'm sure it's legit from my experience. So, but yeah, I'm not going to take away anybody from doing whatever they need to do, whether it's drink. Everybody could vape or smoke. It doesn't bother me. It's not going to change my opinion on you. I'm not going to think any less of anybody. It's not my, I don't, it's not my place to judge anybody. So, yeah, I always thought it was cool if we got Cannabis Kid on here and he could do some bong rips or whatnot. He's definitely opened up a lot since having his medicine per se, because where we live, it's recreational and medical. So he could do it recreational or he could do it medically. Get a prescription and have so many days you can have filled every few months, I guess. But that's how it works here. So thank you. I'm 99% sure dinner's ready. So we have 10 likes. We have two people tapped in. I hope I said hi. Arizona Jake, thank you, brother. Um, I know I missed everybody. I probably missed some people chatting. We'll get those watch hours up, right, guys? Not that I want to, but you never know. You know, if you if they're showing it to you, don't you want more? I guess they're like, here's this little carrot. You can have some here, have a little bit. And you're like, oh man, I want more. What? I want some more. Here, have some more carrot. Have some more watch hours. So we appreciate you, and I try to tap into everybody I can. Um, Arizona Jake, I hope you have a very blessed evening. Um, Adventures in a Youth. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day and a nice dinner when it's time for dinner. Um, Sheiky Baby, uh, Axe Joey. I think I'm saying that right. AX Joey C. Thank you. I hope you and your family are having a blessed day. Your little girls. I know you have one girl. I seen her on there and you were doing her hair. yesterday or doing something. But we all have kids, and if not, that's okay. Um, but I'm dad life. Even though my kids are an adults, you never stop wanting to do better. At least I don't. I want my kids to do better than me. I try to progress in whatever goals we're setting for the day. Be like, can I do one more? Can I, get this job nobody else thinks I can get done in 20 minutes because, I can figure out a way to where I do it more efficient, but still save, just very efficient. I'm that guy, at work normally when I want to be, I guess. So that's all. When you want to do something right, you want to do 150 squats, you can do it. Old Shane tapping in. Sarah's like, come on, Shane, pulling out of here. Come on. But it's all fun and games. So thank you. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Check out Arizona Jake. He does awesome biking videos. I don't have my bike in here. Actually, I do. My Verizon bike's right up there. So fingers crossed, if we do another live in the garage, I'll have to go up in the attic and get my bike out. I don't want anybody throwing it away. Somebody, not Miss Sarah, but um, if you watched the video till the end or just scroll to the end of a rapper named Little Dicky. He does a video called Freak, Let Me Freak You or Let Me Freak something, but it's about him trying to freak with this girl and then he scores this girl and then they're old people. So I had to deal with his, like, what he thought his wife would be back in, you know, in maybe within the last 10 years. So that thing where he talks about his shoes disappearing, that was happening to me, guys. Not my shoes, but if Sarah's watching, she'll understand. So we appreciate you. Well, Shane's out. If I could figure out people's email addresses, if they were somehow sent to me and then I can delete it or something if they don't want to make it private. We can contact each other and I can get um, logos. So we're making stuff for Pete. We made stuff for Mr. Justin and Mrs. Lucy. I basically turned at least this logo right here. They have a few different ones they sent me. I put this on like uh, a mug or not a mug uh like one of those stainless steel coffee thermoses. That's it, a thermos. I don't drink coffee. I never usually drink tea. Only when I'm out I'll drink tea. So something that we never have here at the house. And if I get in the mood, like, oh, I want some tea, somehow we'll get this big case of tea and I'll only have like this much of it. So um, I just like, just don't buy me the tea. I just won't have it because you can't buy me just a little small one. I guess I could buy myself some tea. So thank you everybody for tapping in. I hope everybody has an awesome evening. Um, Stay tuned for tomorrow's live stream. Fingers crossed we would be able to do an early morning live. Um, but it'll all depend, and it all depends on Miss Sarah. So thank you for tapping in. I appreciate you guys. Lil Shane is out, guys. Thank you. We love you. Thank you again. Good night, everybody.